Good morning, everyone, and happy hump day. This is your boy, Mr. CD, coming back at you live once again with Real Unscripted. Today's topic, mental health. All right, we're going to jump right into this topic. Today's guest I have on the show is Lady C. Lady C, say hey to everybody.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Lady C is my sister. Well, it's my little sister. So we're going to jump right into this topic of mental health. Lady C, what is mental health to you?
Mental health to me is, it's your state of mind and how happy you are, how sad you are, and just your emotions as a whole.
Okay, good description. Now, why do you think it's so many people out here that are afraid to get their mental health checked? Just basically they know that they have a problem. They know they're going through, the emotions and the angry issues, whatever the case may be, and they're so afraid to go get those problems checked out.
I think a lot of people are afraid because based on other people's opinions and what other people think of them. And especially there's a huge stigma on men as well, because in today's society, when little boys they grow up, you tell your sons like it's not okay to cry and it's a sign of weakness, but in reality, that's causing a young guy when they're growing up to just hold their feelings in, which is not a great thing at all. So when they don't have an outlet, so a lot of times when you cry, that's a way to, it's a release. So when they get angry, if they blow up or something, then it's a huge problem. But you're teaching these men, how else are they going to get their problems out? They don't talk about things, and it just makes it harder for a man to express themselves when they have to grow up with people looking down on them and thinking that they're weak, making them seem like they're weak. But in reality, we are human and we all have emotions. So why is it that they put so much on a man's plate?
You know what? That's very true, because I can tell you now, like I said, in a lot of these Facebook groups, you had these women that tell men, oh, well, the man's not supposed to vent so much, or he's acting pretty much like a bitch because he's pretty much showing how he actually feels. And that actually, it breaks down a man's masculinity, because the thing is, how can you say that you want a man that comes to you and talks to you about what's going on, and when he comes to you and expresses himself, you don't take it seriously? And the thing is, and I'm just going to be saying, because I'm going to say this, and in the black community, we have it very bad about trying to basically sugarcoat what's actually going on with us, for real. Because you have a lot of people that won't go to these types of doctor's appointments because of the negative stigmatism that others have put on it, and it is ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with that. And a lot of times, again, in the black community, they shun it off. Like, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. They always try to say, pray about it. But, praying can only, I know God is amazing, but praying can only get you so far, because, faith without works is dead. You can just pray and pray, but if you're not putting any type of action behind it, then what's going to happen? Nothing. You're just going to deteriorate and get worse off. All
right. I know I have a lot of friends. I had a homeboy that texted me the other day, and I guess he started battling with depression or whatever the case may be, and he was reaching out and just like, hey, if you need to talk, I'm here. And the thing is, you don't have too many brothers that do that now. You don't have too many young brothers that actually call each other and be like, hey man, everything okay? They look at Facebook posts, and these people are actually, the Facebook posts that some of these people are putting up are actually cries for help. And you have people that they joke about it, they take screenshots of it, and they make fun about this person, and that pretty much makes a person not even want to even talk to anybody. And once those emotions build up, we have these people that commit suicide. We have these people that go off the deep end, and they go kill their whole family, or they go shoot up a school, or whatever the case may be. It hurts, because you feel like you really don't have nobody in your corner, and nobody takes you serious enough to know the signs of a person that's going through those types of things mentally.
Yeah, in the face of depression, it can be many things. You can smile and laugh. A lot of times, the people that are in the spotlight and the ones who are laughing the most and makes the most jokes, they're the ones that's really hurting the most on the inside. It's not depression doesn't look like a person that's just quiet and just sad all the time. Sometimes it's just the happiest ones that you be around, the ones that you would think, oh, they're that are the farthest away from, and be the ones that are really dealing with these things.
Absolutely, because I can honestly say, and with you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I went through some sort of depression last year, going through the divorce process that I was going through, and going through the emotional states where, I was by myself now, and I'm just no longer with the person that I was married to. And at some point, I'm gonna be honest with you, I started contemplating suicide. Nobody knows that, but it's something that I was going through. But I'm glad that I had those one or two friends that kept me afloat. I had those one or two friends that called me and made sure that my mental state was okay. When they didn't hear from me for a long period of time, they would get the call in, or they would just pop up at the house. If I didn't want to answer the phone, they were there. So and a lot of, and the thing is, a lot of people don't have that support system the way I did. They try to they reach out, they try to cry out for help, but they don't know exactly how to ask a person for help.
And a lot of times, I think with the thing about suicide, I don't really think when people contemplate that and think about doing that to themselves, I don't think they really want to die. I just think they really just looking for a way to escape, you know, try to get out of that hard situation. They don't know any other options to turn to. Like you said, like they don't have people in their corner that help them. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to talk to, and a lot of times they don't want to talk about it because of what other people are going to say, and how people looking down on them and judging them.
Yes, you got too many people that try to sweep this type of thing up under the rug, and they try to sugarcoat it and make it seem like it's not big as it is. But then you hear about so many different people committing suicide because of going through the things that they go through on a daily basis, from being bullied to being teased. It's a number of things that these people go through, and a lot of times we don't take it seriously. We don't take it serious enough, or we don't, like I said, we don't see those cries for help, and it hurts. And by the time we realize what's going on, it's already too late.
It's too late. And it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. And a lot of times we got to think about and pay attention to the jokes that people make, because there's truth in every joke. It's truth in every single joke.
Right. And the thing is, now when you say there's a truth in every joke, I can sit here and say, yo, I want to go jump off the bridge, and not knowing that I'm really sitting here contemplating. You don't even really know that I'm sitting here contemplating really jumping off this bridge. But I think when you go through those type of things, I don't care who it is. I think you should get to the closest person that you know that you can talk to, and let them know, hey, I'm not doing okay. I'm not doing well. If you have those type of friends that you know for a fact that they go through something on a daily basis, understand it. I understand people say, I don't feel like always being the one calling and checking up on people. But sometimes you being that person to calling and checking up on somebody is keeping them from wanting to harm themselves or wanting to go out and harm somebody else. Try that. And a lot of times, I think we are so afraid of what someone else might say. We are so afraid to come out and say, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going through. And a lot of times we don't know what we're going through. It's just those emotions have you so scatterbrained that you really don't know what you're really going through.
And even if you don't have somebody to talk to, you gotta try to find an outlet. Maybe it may be through music, or through exercising, or writing. Writing is really good. I know that writing that helps a lot for me. And music, you can always music. The great thing about music is you can find a song that relates to your exact situation. Be like, wow, somebody else is going through the same thing that I'm going through. And a lot of times we feel like we're alone, but we got to remember that we're never alone. You can sometimes we feel like you're the only one in this whole world that's going through the exact same thing, but you're really not. There's tons of people going through the exact same thing as you at the same time. And so, it's really important to realize that.
And I can honestly tell you, writing helps me out a whole lot. And even doing this podcast helps me out a whole lot now, because it keeps my mind off of what I'm actually going through in life. It gives me an outlet to reach out and talk to other people and actually open up. And it might not get to a million people, but the people that actually do listen to the podcast, it gets to them. And it could be somebody else that's going through the same thing I'm going through, and just by them hearing my voice or hearing what my guest or my co-host have to say, it helps them out, and they're like, okay, I know I'm not the only person going through this. I'm not alone in what I'm going through. And I think that's really what all we need at this point. A lot of times, like Lady C said, people say pray, but the thing is, if you praying and praying and praying, and you feel like your prayers are not you're going unanswered, then we start actually, losing faith. And a lot of people do lose faith because they feel like God's not listening to them, or their prayers are going unanswered. And why am I praying and nothing's gonna happen? And the thing is, that's another sign of mental illness. When you're going through that, and you feel like everything you're going through is total darkness. But I also feel like that has a lot to do with a lot of young people's self-esteem issues today too. Trying to keep up with how society is, portraying how they're supposed to live. And you're trying to keep up with the standards that society is giving you. You're trying to keep up with the latest thing that's going on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and that's a cry for help too.
Yeah, I agree, because when you look at social media these days, they're just constantly projecting onto you that the skinnier you are, the slimmer you are, the better looking you are. Oh, I need my hair straightened out. Oh, I have to wear this makeup. But it's a lot of pressure that society puts on us to live up to those standards of how good you look, or how much money you make. And if you constantly comparing yourself to what other people look like and what other people's lives, then you're gonna be looking like, man, I'm this age and I don't have that yet, or I can't do that yet, or I don't have this, I don't make that. And then it's a direct correlation to your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself.
And the thing is, what I also see now is that you have and it's not just women that's doing this, it's men that are doing this as well. That they only date a certain person in a tax bracket, and making people feel less than themselves because they don't make a certain amount of money, or they don't look a certain way, or they're not skinny enough, or they don't have the muscles, or they don't look like Derrick Jackson or whoever, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, what happened to us just loving each other
and loving ourselves as we are? Because comparison kills. Simple as that.
It really does. And it makes people, then you have these people that's going out here and altering the way they look, going off and getting all these different type of Botox and liposuction, and it's killing us.
Absolutely.
It's really killing us. But we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with you with Real Talk.